guys, I wanted to do a video that has been requested for a while. A lot of you have been asking me about a gel called Luminary, and this is Luminary right here. Luminary is actually a full system of different colors, and so I wanted to show you guys real quick what Luminary is and how to use it, and just kind of go over all of the benefits of it. I'm really enjoying this product. We actually became a distributor of it on the Nail Hub, and I'll just give you guys a little bit of background about the product first. So the product was actually created by Kelly Van Dahl. She's from Vegas. She's an amazing nail technician, and her husband Chris came up with Luminary. The system is comprised of, basically, it's a base and builder with color all in one. So if you think about like pink builder gel, for example, a lot of times with pink builder gel, it's a hard gel formula, which means you can only file it, you can't soak it off, and you typically have to use a different base coat and all those things. So Kelly, she does a lot of really beautiful natural nail manicures with the kind of Russian style manicuring, and what she found is that she wanted to have a product that allowed you to have the base coat and kind of the sculpting gel or the overlay gel all in one, and also with a color in it, because a lot of clients, they also want natural looking nails. They want something that's just kind of really pretty and soft and clean. And so these products, the different luminaries, they come in different colors. So you'll see that they've got different names. Serenity is actually the newest one, so you'll see that the label looks just a teeny bit different than the originals. There's Grace, there's Hope. There's actually 14 different colors inside the Luminary line, and each of them is a different beautiful shade of either nude or pink. So let me just open this up for you so you can see. Okay, so this is basically a base coat and a soak off builder gel all in one. The nice thing about it is that it has a semi-hard finish, so your nails are not going to feel bendy at all. They will feel really, really nice and strong. You can fix corners with this product. You can extend slightly with it. Obviously, you can do overlays with it, which I love doing overlays. And you can use it alone for a really pretty, natural-looking manicure, or you can use it under any color that you like. So the nice thing about Luminary is it is very universally friendly. I have tried it under every brand of color that we have on the Nail Hub, and it just works great. So you don't even have to take off the inhibition layer. If you're able to get this on perfectly smooth the first time around, you can go straight into your color, and I just think it's a really, really cool system. You can finish file it, you can backfill it, you can, like I said, you can soak it off if you want to, but it just comes in really, really pretty colors, and we have pictures of every single color on the website. There's also two different top coats in the product line. One is the regular Empower top coat, and it is a non-wipe or no cleanse high shine top coat, which is really nice. So that means that when you cure it straight out of the lamp, it's going to be clean. You don't need to clean it with any cleanser afterwards. The other top coat is the matte Empower top coat, and the matte is also a no cleanse, so you don't even have to cleanse it after you cure it. It comes out really, really nice. I'm going to show you guys both of these. And then the other product that is in the lineup is the Commit primer. So Commit is basically a non-acid primer that you can put under the Luminary system. I have found that this is absolutely optional. This is really a product that is good for clients that do have lifting problems, like you've tried everything on them, you've tried your regular protocol, and the client just, they've either got really, really wet nail beds, or they just are really hard on their hands. The Commit primer is really good, even just if you put it on the free edge right underneath your application. You can also do this all over the nail, or you can also use this as when you're backfilling, you can use it to, even get rid of any fill lines that you might have. I have found that I don't use this every single time. I just use it sparingly when I need to, but it is nice to have a bonder or a non-acid primer in the mix as well. And I also want to give a quick shout out to my friend April Ryan. So as you guys recall, in my last video, I did a tutorial with April's artificial hands, the practice hands, the new style that has the ability to switch out the nail tips. And April is so awesome. She sent me every single color of finger that she has. I love these single fingers because they're just so lightweight and they're really easy to use. Look at all of these awesome skin tones. I just love this. So all the different skin tones I have now, I'm so pumped about this. And these are really cool because you can basically swap out the nail tip really easily. You don't need to glue anything on here. You can just push the nail tip up underneath the finger, and I know you guys got creeped out by that last time, but it is really cool. So I can take the tip out, and then I can easily insert a new one as well. It goes all the way up underneath the skin up here. You can push it up really nice and deep, but that way when you're holding the finger, you can finish file this. It's not going to wiggle or move, and it just makes for a really nice practice hand. So this is the half hand. Basically, it's just to the knuckles. This is a posable one, so I can actually bend the fingers and they stay in place. There's the whole hand, like this, which goes all the way to the wrist. This is really nice for taking pictures. The only thing about this is it is kind of heavy. So I usually prefer to work on the half hand if I'm doing videos or if I'm practicing. If I'm going to be taking pictures, I use the full hand because it just looks like a real hand. You guys can see how realistic it looks. And then she also has the individual fingers, which I really love these for tutorials as well. Okay, so I have my my tip already on here. I did prep it. I just removed the shine, and let me just zoom in here so you guys can see. Okay, so I have my tip adhered to the finger, or basically inserted into the finger, so you can see right here. Just slides in nicely. I can even go a little bit shorter if I want to, just kind of make it like a natural length. And I just removed the shine from the tip. Now, what I'm going to do, just like I would if this was a real client, is that I'm going to cleanse the nail, make sure that there's no oil or bacteria on here. This is always good just to do what you would normally do when you're practicing. And then I'll show you guys how to use the commit primer. The commit primer you can use over the full nail, or you can use it just on the free edge if you feel like you're going to have issues with lifting. But just remember, with any of these non-acid primers, use them sparingly because it does make the gel harder to soak off if you decide to soak it off. Or, you know, you also want to make sure you don't touch any of the skin as well, because even non-acid primer does have a teeny bit of acid in it, and we don't want anything on our skin when it's intended for the nail. Okay? So that is basically what it looks like. You can see just a little bit of sheen here. It does make it sticky. And you can, if you want to, you can apply it over the whole nail. So I'll just show you what that looks like. Since I'm doing this on a plastic tip, sometimes I will use the primer over the entire surface. Or if I'm putting Luminary on top of another product that I don't know what it is, I definitely will use primer first. It just really helps to make that perfect adhesion layer and make sure that the two things are going to stick together. So, okay, I am going to use Drive. I really like this color. It's a really, really pretty pink. Isn't that pretty? It's just like the softest ballerina pink. I just love this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my brush out. And this is a brand new bottle, so there's going to be a lot of product in here. But I'm just going to try and scrape off the majority of the product so I don't have any big drips. And I'm going to do a wet layer with this. I'm going to do my base coat layer first, since this also acts as my base coat, but I'm also going to do a wet layer for my big dollop of product. Because what I want to do is I want to take this flat nail and I want to give it a nice apex for strength. Just like you can see here on my thumb, I've got a nice apex here. So I want to do that same thing with this finger. So I'm going to first apply my base layer, and this product is base and builder all in one. So I'm just going to put a little bit of product on the nail. This is when you're going to scrub it in, just like I've shown you guys how to do base coat in the past. Try not to touch the skin. Okay. And now, depending on what you're doing, you have an option here. Now, you can cure this base layer just to make sure that it's not going to move on you, it's not going to go anywhere. If you feel uncomfortable working with different gel products, you can absolutely cure the base layer first, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. Or you can go straight in with your overlay, because this can be your base layer and your wet layer all at once, okay? But for the sake of showing you guys the basic tutorial, I'm going to cure this, and you just cure it for about 30 seconds in your LED lamp, or 2 minutes if you have an old CFL style lamp. And then we're going to go back and we're going to do our actual overlay. So you can still see it's very, very thin. All I did was just scrub in that base layer. I'm going to cure this, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do my overlay. Now, while that's curing, one of the other things I wanted to show you is that the Luminary system also comes with these jars. They either come empty or they come full depending on which kit that you purchase. There are different starter kits for Luminary, which is really nice. Now, the cool thing about this is that you can see this is Serenity right here. Okay, so Serenity comes in a bottle, but it also comes in a jar, and it also comes in a refill size. Let me zoom out so you guys can see this. So this is a different color, obviously, but it also comes in these refill sizes. So if you want to refill your jar or you want to refill your bottle, you can buy the refill size, and it also comes with a squeeze cap, so you can easily put product in your jar, put it in your bottle, whatever you want to do. So there's basically the 3 different packaging options for the Luminary system: the bottle, the pot, and also the refill size. Now, the cool thing about this jarred product is it allows you to work out of a jar as well as the bottle. So let's say you did your base coat. So I use it straight out of the bottle for my base coat application or my wet layer application, depending on what you're doing. I already have base on here, so I'm going to just show you really quick with this different color. This is Serenity. I'm going to wipe it off and show you the other one. But I want to just show you what the whole pot is for. So you can work out of the bottle. If you like to work out of the bottle, you can work out of the jar as well, because sometimes, depending on the length of nail you're doing, it's really hard to get a nice dollop of product on your brush. So I can easily just dip into my pot here, and you'll see how nice this goes on. It's just like working with a dream. So it is very self-leveling. It has a really nice kind of silky texture to it, which I really love. And you can see that if I just leave that for a second, it just starts to fill in and just becomes the perfect surface. Look how smooth that is. Isn't that pretty? So that's the whole idea behind working with the jar, is that I can scoop in and get as big of a dollop as I want. And then I can also use my brush in my bottle as well. So it gives you the 2 options, okay? So this is the Serenity color. This is a very, very pretty neutral nude. It is the newest of all of the colors in the Luminary line. And I'm just gonna wipe this off really quick. Okay, so I still have that base coat layer on here. You can actually see it. See how it turned matte right there? But I do have that base coat on there. So you can even use Luminary just as base coat. If you want to do a nice thin base coat application underneath your color, you could leave it as thin as this. Or the whole idea behind it is that you can create these really nice overlays. So here's Drive. Here's the original one that I was using. So now I'm going to do my nice wet layer. I already scrubbed in that base layer first. And I have found that this stuff just adheres so well to the nail. It doesn't lift at all. And I'm very hard on my hands. Especially recently, I've been very hard on my hands. And this has not lifted at all. Even at the free edge, even on my corners, having square nails right now, has not lifted at all. So you can see I just kind of concentrate the product right down the center of that nail plate. And it just self-levels all by itself. I'm going to cure this really quick so I can show you guys the finished product. While that's curing, I'll show you guys another color too. It also comes in black. Most of the Luminary shades are very kind of neutral, like different shades of pink and nude, but it also comes in black, which I love, because what if you're doing like black nails with, you know, black gel polish or navy or something, and you really want to be able to do thin coats? You can make your overlay out of a really dark color like black, or you can leave it alone and just put Topcoat over it, which I'll show you guys in a second. But I do like having a black in here, because if I do want to make the nails really dark, I can put my base layer, I can have it be dark underneath whatever color I put on top of it. Or let's say I'm going to pick a really, you know, a really dark glitter, and I want to have that black base underneath it, but I don't want to have to do base, builder, color, you know, and then my glitter. I can just use this one step underneath, and then I can do whatever glitter I want on top of it. And just having that black option is really nice. There's also a white. So this is the white. It is kind of a milky semi-sheer white, and it is just really pretty. It does end up opaque if you build it up. It will be perfectly opaque on the nail, but you can also do it nice and sheer. And this is also really nice if you want to do baby boomer nails. This is the perfect white for that because it is milky. It's not streaky, but you can build that coverage. So you could put, you know, any combination of these two together to do a nice baby boomer on the nail as well. Baby boomer, for those of you guys that don't know what that is, it's basically the pink and white ombre or the French ombre. It's called baby boomer, so that's what we refer to it as. All right, so my nail is cured. So I've got this really beautiful overlay on the nail now. And this is the drive color. You can see I didn't even have to finish file it. You can finish file it if you want to, but look at my reflection here. See that ring? How it stays perfectly oval the whole entire time? That tells you that this is nice and smooth. If it turns into kind of an hourglass shape, that tells you that I've got some wrinkles in here. But look how glossy that is. So if this were me in the salon and I did it that well in the first application, I mean, I might have taken this little bit on the tip and moved it back a bit, or I might have built up more of an apex. But for the sake of this video, I just wanted to show you how nicely that this self-levels. And if this were me, honestly, I would go straight in with my color, and I could even build the apex up more with my top coat layer at the very end of the manicure. So if you get the application this perfect the first time around, for the sake of timeliness in the salon, I probably wouldn't finish file this. I would just go in with my color application. Now, you can also leave this just by itself. You don't have to put gel polish over it. And that was the whole idea behind this system, is that you're able to create really beautiful, natural looking manicures all in one step. You don't have to put color over it if you don't want to. All right, so I'm going to show you guys first the regular Empower top coat. This is, again, a no cleanse. So if I was going to leave this manicure alone and I was just going to have this nice, beautiful pink shade on my client's nail, I could put my top coat right on there and then cure that. And I'm also going to put a full link to the full FAQ and also the full application instructions. I'll put a link to that right below the video. So if you're looking for information afterwards, just click on the link and you'll have everything that you need. And then I also want to show you guys the matte version of the top coat. The matte version is also equally pretty. So here is the cleansed nail. There's no tacky layer on the gel. So you would be completely done. You could go in with your cuticle oil, you could do your lotion massage, whatever you want to do. Or if you're doing your nails on yourself, like, you know, I'm usually doing, I just do some cuticle oil and call it a day. All right, and here is the matte version. Now, typically I would not do top coat over top coat. I just want to show you the difference without having to redo this entire nail. So you would pick one or the other. You don't have to do both. I just want to make that very clear. I'm just showing you guys the difference in the top coat finishes. So if this was my finished application of the Multiflex gel, which is this, the base and color in one, then I could go straight in with my matte top coat instead of the shiny. So let me show you really quick. And I really like the fact that this is also a no cleanse matte. It just makes it really nice that you don't have to cleanse the nails. Just makes things a lot easier and a lot faster. All right, so there is the matte finish. Isn't that pretty? And it's perfectly clean when it comes straight out from the lamp. So the matte is also equally a beautiful finish for these nails. This again is the drive color. And I'm going to show you guys real quick before I sign off. I want to show you all the different shades. So I'm going to do a different tip for you guys for every single color that is in the lineup. That way you guys can see it right here on the video. And I will put all the links to this straight down below so you guys can investigate further. But I'm really, really enjoying this system. I just think it's a really nicely well thought out product. And I have been using it underneath my nails, you know, underneath my color and everything for a while. And I'm obsessed. It just self-levels so nicely. It's just the prettiest colors and it backfills really nicely. And it's perfect because I am an overlay person. I love overlays. And this has really allowed me to be efficient with my services, and it goes well under all of the other gel polish colors that I love to use. So I hope you guys will try this out, and I'm going to show you guys the different colors of it, and then I will see you guys next week for another awesome episode. Bye!